Welcome, Rush TV, headed to the record show at the Brewery in Kenmore, Seattle area. All right, here we are. Made it. And there's a Bronco, whatever. I don't know why that's a thing, but this is the brewery, the 192. Quite the crowd. Still pretty packed in here. Lots of folks standing in line, waiting for a crate to dig through to find that awesome treasure. All right, here with Tim, curator of this this great event here. How's it going?
It's going well. This is the fourth time at this address. We're called Vinyl and Brew. It's a 10-vendor record show, so about 7,000 LPs for sale in any one place. We do this twice a year, and it's well attended again. I never know until I walk in. Actually, at 10 o'clock, when I open the doors.
Right.
Then I know. But it's been busy.
It was
all day
busy.
So far.
Yeah. It was packed in here.
Did you find something for yourself?
I did. I found a good chunk of records. Hey, everybody, it's me, Russ, representing Fat Cat Records. That's the shirt. That's what I'm wearing. Let's do this. Attended the 192 record show this year. I don't think I did it last year. Or was it the year before? I was talking with my friend Sean, and he was like, was that last year? And then I'm like, Dana and I were talking. Our son was there the last time we went. I can't keep track of time anymore, basically. So I'm having a check out my record store day glass. This is starting to get beat up looking. I bought this at a yard sale like 3 doors down in the summer a few years ago. And now it's getting kind of beat up, you know. You drop it in the other pounder glasses. You guys know what I'm saying, right? I don't know if the quality of paint is just not... Anyway, let me get into the records here. Labatt's Blue. This is a Canadian Pilsner from just up the border there. About an hour and a half away. It's north as crow flies from our house here in Everett, Washington. So here's the stuff I got, and I was trying to, bring in some self-control on this. We're starting to get this thing's starting to get full. It's becoming a lot. So anyway, my what I'm trying to say is I really went after stuff that A, wasn't overpriced, and B, that I enjoy. That's records I don't have that I really enjoy, that I've had on a Rolodex somewhere in my meat melon here. So the first one that I found, there was a guy there, he does the Vinyl Thunderdome or something like that in Linwood, which is another record show I haven't been to, but they have record shows every year. The next week is the big one at the Seattle Center Armory. That's this weekend, I believe. And I don't know if I'll go to that one. It's usually crazy overpriced. It's fun though. There's a lot of the people there. So you guarantee all your records. That's pretty cool.
Personally, I do.
Yeah.
It's a guarantee in that, first off, if you live in Portland, you're not going to drive back.
That's right, yeah.
And take advantage of my guarantee.
Yeah,
but if you're local, right, I get people's email address, therefore they know how to contact me.
Yeah.
And the way I put it is it's a guarantee against anything.
Right.
So any kind of flaw. You're buying a used record, you don't know.
Yeah.
So it gives people can buy with confidence, knowing that if it's bad, I'll buy it back.
It's in the Seattle Center. It's just under the freaking Space Needle, for God's sake. If that isn't a cool place to have a record show, I don't know what is. Anyway, first record, I'm going to go from like, whoa, to, right? So I grew up in the 80s. This is a band I saw in concert back in the day. It wasn't a great show. Sometimes a band has a bad night. I've heard Rats good in concert. That wasn't the case for me in the show I saw. but you know, some days at work, you go to work, all of you watching this now, isn't there times where you just don't want to be there? I imagine bands probably have that going on as well. I still love the band Rat, even though the show that my buddy Dave and I went to wasn't that great. Poison opened for Rat Poison, and that is a whole story. I have a link, and there's another video on that. But Poison was amazing. Poison, I believe it was like one of their first shows, I think. The first record, anyway, 1986. And it was a great show. They did a great job. They were memorable. That was a memorable show. Seeing Bret Michaels and CZ DeVille and the boys light it up. But I got this. I did not have this. Now I have all the Studio Rat albums. My wife and I, she's also a big fan of the Rat. Right, love?
Yep.
This is one of her favorite albums in high school years, right?
Yep.
Yep. And yeah, so there it is. It's Lay It Down Rat. This is a great clean copy. It was $20. I thought it was like cheaper than that, but it was worth it, you know? I didn't have to buy the box set. As far as I know, I don't know, are they repressing these? This doesn't look like it's that new anyway. Atlantic years. I think the box set of 4 records. Can't remember. It's like $60 or something. So this is, you know, $20 for this one's fine. The other ones I got were cheaper than that. One of them I had for a long time. Crocus. I guess there's a theme here, right? 80s stuff. So some of that makes me happy stuff. But this, I did not have this record. This is a great, I love the band Crocus. This, the song, Long Stick Goes Boom. That's just a rockin' tune right there. And, I mean, the whole record's good. I love this whole record. But yeah, that song is the big hit on this record. Long Stick goes boom. So there's a Crocus record right there. Another one band that I love that I don't have enough vinyl of. I think I only have one record. No, I have a live album too, which is all right. But this is Y&T. Yes. Gotta love some Y&T. Some of that 80s metal, some of that glam, hair rock band stuff. This is Y&T, Midnight in Tokyo. That was the big hit off this record. Mean Streak is a great... I love this album. This is a great freaking album. Rocks, front to back. Boom. White Snake. Some really cool artwork there, too. There's the boys on the back. Yeah. This album is specially priced at $6.98. So this is probably a very old record. It's in great shape. Still in the shrink. Hype sticker. I think this was like 10. I pulled the sticker off it. But I think it wasn't that much though. It was like 10 or $15. Anyway, $12. It might have been $12. A lot of these I got from the same guy. No, there was 2 guys that had some of the 80s stuff. Here's another one, Kiss Animalize. I had friends that went on this tour back in the day, $12. This has the song Heaven's on Fire. I want it all, give me what you got. It's hunger in your eyes. I had friends that went, like I said, I had good friends that, hey Russ, you want to go see Kiss? I could have seen Kiss back in the day, but it was so weird. Like I was this weird Christian kid and I thought, I don't know, it's the devil music, you know. Of course I was fine with Judas Priest and AC/DC. For some reason, that song, Heaven's on Fire, just seemed extra satanic to me. Which is, you know, I don't know. It's a great record. Love this record. Cactus. Check this out. That's a hard record to find. I mean, not necessarily. There's beat up copies of it everywhere. I mean, I think Mr. Bizarro, Aaron over there, Mr. Bizarro Land, in his live streams played this record a few months ago or something like that. I was watching this live stream. It reminded me, what a killer record this is. It's amazing. This is a killer rock and roll record. I mean, it's like if you took Black Sabbath and Canned Heat and you mix in a little, I don't know, Metallica. This is what you would get. From what I understand, the record company made him add these extra little cactus pieces here because that was just not appropriate, apparently. Good stuff. Cactus. Boom. Great record. They have some other records out there too, but that's the big one. That's the sweet one. That's the one you got to have, yo. Rush, All the World's a Stage Double LP live album. And this is pretty good. We've listened to the whole thing. It's the tour from recorded live double box set. It's a gatefold. It's not just a gatefold. It's a trifold. It's a double, triple, quadruple Geddy Lee and the Boys. Boom. Boom. I believe it's the Fly By Night tour. Yeah. And it's fine. It's a cool record. I like it. It's not my favorite. I mean, there's a lot of people that love that album. A lot of Rush fans who love that. And I like it. I like Fly By Night. Anyway, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. Here we go. Speaking of the 80s, a lot of 80s stuff. Love me some Cars, and this is a Rick Ocasek. You see this a lot. I've seen this a lot. But this was a really clean copy of it. I mean, that Cactus record is not... It's clean enough, It doesn't skip. It's got some surface noise, which is fine. I've seen copies of that that are just like, that's probably not even going to play. But that copy plays, and it sounds pretty good. This is, Rick Ocasek. If you like the Cars... I mean, for me, this is not the Cars, all right? It's not. But if you like the Cars, this was in 1982, by the way. So, beatitude. So, the Cars went to 1988, and he was able to, he's produced the record himself. He also produced the Bad Brains record, too, which is pretty cool. If you're into punk rock, and Mr. Rick Ocasek here, getting his producer seed cred. What do you call that? The sea legs, ocean shoes. Rick Ocasek. I like this record. I liked it. It's not a Cars record, but if you like the Cars, you probably like it. All right, I'll put that out there. It didn't sound like it didn't get great reviews. So yeah, this was a little, it was like $6. Wasn't super expensive, but it caught my attention, so I grabbed it. Jimi Hendrix and Little Richard, friends from the beginning. Now, from what I've looked up when I did some research on this record, it's a scam. But, Wikipedia only goes so far. But there's a lot of certainty that people put into these things. And one of the things I've learned, especially in my old age, is that truth is not necessarily certainty. Certainty is a feeling. And certainty can happen when you discover something, In legal terms, the word discovery is something that lawyers use when they find a piece of evidence and gotcha. Discovery. Like, I'm certain that this person, we can prove it based on evidence and facts, and boom, that person did this. In science, there's theory, and you trying to put together and understand things. In theology, you got a lot of faith, and then there's people with faith who have certainty, and you get horrible things like wars, right? Because certainty and truth are two different things. And usually certainty, the feeling of it, can block people from actually finding the truth, which brings me back to this record. Now, a lot of people assume that because it's on, it's always on like the Pickwick label and VGs and this, whatever the heck this is. And they don't think that Jimi Hendrix played on this record at all. There's a lot of people saying that Jimi Hendrix isn't on this record. And there's some good guitar on it, on side B towards the end. There's also people that have said, I don't even think it's Little Richard singing all those songs, that's pretty bad. And I listened to it, and it almost sounds like older Little Richard. And Lenz's record is supposed to, these are recordings from 1965. I don't know. And so Jimi Hendrix was in the Little Richard band in 1965 before he became the guitar god that we all know now, right? He played in a number of bands. And Little Richard's band was one of them. And from what I've heard also, these guys were not the best of friends. They kind of, they had their skirmishes and stuff. And there's a lot of historians and again, this is a lot of Wikipedia stuff, right? Well, I heard a guy say that there's only 2 recordings of Jimi Hendrix with Little Richard. And if this was really a thing, then why wouldn't it be on a bigger label? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that, because bigger labels don't like to have their lawyers talk and come up with decisions on things. There's all sorts of cool conglomerations of stuff that's happened that's ended up, bootlegs or whatever, just because either the artists don't want it to be put out, or it's usually record companies and they're not being able to agree on things. So we just don't know. There's a lot of mystery around this, all right? There's a lot of things that are uncertain. And while certainty makes people feel good, you ever meet that person that they gotta be right, Like, I gotta know, and if I don't know, then I'll say I know, and then I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never done that. As I get older, I'm realizing, I don't know everything, and that's fine. So this album was interesting, and I like it. I don't love it. It's okay. It's just an interesting conversation piece to have in the collection. This is another cheap one I grabbed because I don't have it, and I really enjoy the song. The big song on this record. This is Focus, Moving Waves. And Waves, they do that. Hocus Pocus by Focus. Now, if the band, you're seeing a band and anybody ever asks, request, hey, anybody got a request? Hocus Pocus by Focus. That's what you say. Actually, Hocus Pocus by Focus is a great song. And that's on Sire. Look at that. There's the Sire label right there. Pretty sweet. Love this record. I've never heard the whole record. All I know is this song. So I'm curious to listen to the whole record. And that, my friends, is it. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, enjoying me rambling, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not. Or don't. All right, buddy, I'm going to get out of here.
So you need to kind of show what's happening.
Oh, yeah, I already did. Anyway.
All right, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too, man.
Take care.
Bye.